Fans, fight fans. This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news. Some unfortunate news concerning Kevin Samuels. You know, this is crazy. This is a guy on my pastime between me doing my own stuff in the sport of boxing. I listen to from time to time because, it's a controversial theory of certain people that can't find men or whatnot, and people need counseling, people need what they need. But if you guys don't know who Kevin Samuel is, he's a controversial YouTuber that has a very big platform, or should I say, had a very big platform. It is reported that he has passed away, which is shocking because he was young. I mean, he was like 56 or something like that. And I've been looking at reports, and it shows that he passed of cardiac arrest. So it's crazy because you think of day by day and what you take for granted, and the amount of people that used to be on there. I mean, storms of people, thousands of people at one time, which is very impressive, but it just shows you all of it's temporary. Um, I want to talk to you guys about some of the stuff that he said and mentioned. Some of it's kind of controversial, but I think overall he meant to help certain people. And when I mean certain people, women, and a lot of women hated him. Don't get it wrong, they hated him. So I imagine that a lot of people are happy that he's gone, but for the most part, the things that he says, I think it's not what he says, it's how he says it. Nathan Lopez, rest in peace to the Godfather. He passed too young. Yes, he did, Nathan. D-Bro, rest in peace, Godfather. Yeah, it's crazy. This one touched me. It shocked me. I didn't even know that he passed until I was looking at a clip that I was talking to my girl, and she asked me who he was, and I was like, "Oh, he's a YouTuber and does this, that, and the other." And I didn't really. I was at the gym, and I was just talking to her about it because she didn't know who he was, and then I didn't really even think about why she asked me that. You know what I mean? And I used to listen to him all the time, like, because I travel a lot. I'm a actor and all that stuff, so I do a lot of traveling. So I go back and forth between Texas, wherever, right? And he has these 2 3 hour podcasts, and a lot of these women, you hear him break women down, and it's not even the thing of really glorifying the way he breaks them down. It's like some of these women, though, needed like a reality check to a certain extent. Let's hit that like button. Let's hit that like button. But it's crazy. I think the way he delivered it and told women about themselves, I think that got a lot of people offended. So I think he got the reputation of being a person that didn't like women, or a person that despised women. You had like gay rumors and those type of things, when it came to Kevin Samuels. But, he pretty much told people from a standpoint where, from the outside looking in, basically. And just like counseling, just like any other coaching or counseling or consulting, you're not involved in these people's lives, so you really don't have to tell them a certain amount. But I think people convey how they feel or how they feel offended by lack of professionalism. But it wasn't a lack of professionalism, it was the way he was saying it, because he was saying things like you're average. And a lot of people, especially us over here in the US of A, we don't like to be called average anything. We're all individual, unique people. So how dare you call us average? So to be called or labeled average to a lot of women was very offensive. So I think a lot of people got the wrong idea about who he was, and he was really just trying to get people hitched. The whole idea, everyone needs someone, instead of just dying alone and buying a dog and doing this and doing that. He talked about the danger zone. In the danger zone, I think it was in between what, 35, right? I think 35, 36 was you're trending towards the danger zone, right? It was crazy, man. And I just so happened to look, and I didn't really believe it because like some people can fake a death, and then all of a sudden, they pop up, surprise, I ain't dead. You know what I mean? Because he posted like a couple days ago, like on the 4th. Well, today's the 6th, and I didn't believe it. And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll just wait for him to, pop up. I mean, that's why I put, is he dead at 56? Because a lot of reports said he's not. So I hope it's not. I hope this is a big hoax. You know what I mean? Because, like, that's a big channel. And I still think he helps a lot of people. He pisses a lot of people off, too. Okay? So don't get it twisted. But cardiac arrest, and I want to talk to you guys about like health. Matthew Branch, what's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Let's hit that like button. Uh, I think people really need to know where their health is at. So if he did pass, and he did pass of some kind of health condition, because he just didn't drop dead, people, you just don't drop dead. You keep living until you keep living. You know, Matthew, no, he is dead seriously. I didn't want to believe it either. Marlon Thornhill, good morning, Kurt. Good morning to you, Marlon. Yeah, well, rest in power, rest in love, rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. I mean, I don't want to believe it either because I mean, I just saw him. I was just looking at one of his things, and he was telling a lady like that believed in the Steve Harvey shit. And if anybody knows anything about me, I can't stand Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey, no. you you want to see me rip something up? Give me something with Steve Harvey on it. Give me a ticket to a Steve Harvey concert. I'll don't worry, I'll separate it for you as I rip it up, and I'll give it right back to you. But it just shows you that he didn't look overweight, obese, or nothing like that. Big glow, rest in peace, Kevin. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, man. And I don't know if it just really hit me yet, like because I was just watching him, and I was actually looking up a video that he was talking about this one woman that wanted to keep an engagement ring after a guy she knew she didn't want to marry, but she took the ring and then wanted to keep it because she felt she was worth and he just went off on it, and I love that shit. I think it was all the damn Red Bulls and energy drinks that the dude was drinking. Workhorse, he would drink too on his live streams daily. Matthew Branch, you know what? You have a point. Great counterpunch. I know a stunt sister that shout out to Yachty, and she told me, she said, I cannot drink caffeine anymore. I can't drink caffeine anymore. I can't deal with it. I can't handle it. My heart got to the point where she ended up, I think she had to start having these palpitations, and then they told her, like, listen, you keep drinking Red Bulls and stuff like that, that will take a toll on your body, on your heart. Okay, like caffeine and stuff like that. Listen, caffeine, Red Bulls and stuff like those are stimulants. You know what I call coffee? I call coffee cocaine's cousin. Okay? That's what I call it. I mean, they're all stimulants. A lot of people have to drink coffee and wake them up and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, though, I think, you have to really be more concerned with your heart, and yeah, Red Bulls. I'm not a fan of Red Bulls at all. I got a story about Nas. I don't know if you guys ever heard of Nas, but Nas was an energy drink. I don't know if it's still around, but one time, long time ago, 12 years ago, I was going to a wedding, and it was my cousin's wedding, my first cousin's wedding, and my father wanted to go. And for some reason, I went out like that earlier that day and got trashed. I don't know why. I guess I forgot. And I thought, okay, well, I could sleep it off and all that stuff. And my father worked nights, and I got trashed. I got wasted, and my dad was like, "Okay, I'm watching Fast and the Furious." One of my favorite franchises, especially back in the day. I don't know about now, but back in the day, that was one of my favorite franchises, right? And I heard him. He's like, "Hey, you ready to go?" And I'm like, "Oh, huh?" I've probably drank 8, 9 beers, maybe a couple shots. I don't know. I was wasted. I was in no condition to drive. So I was like, man, I haven't had any sleep, this, that, and the other. And he just got off work, so he's been working all night. So I'm like, shit, what am I gonna do? Well, we had a time frame because where we stay from Kansas City is like 10 hours. So I was like, damn. So I needed help. So we drove and we got to like Hope, Arkansas. And I picked up a Nas, because I was watching Fast and the Furious. So Nas, big ass, it was a big, like a 24 ounce of Nas. And I started drinking on it. I'm like, oh shit, it's working. So I'm driving. And I drive in Arkansas, okay? Because we went from Louisiana, then Arkansas, then Missouri. So, like, Arkansas is a long, big ass state. And you have to drive all the way up through it to get to Missouri. That's what makes Missouri so far from Louisiana, right? So I'm drinking this thing. I'm sipping on it, driving, and my father's asleep. Boom, he's out like a light. I'm just driving. Kind of got the music at a moderate pace, drinking this, that, and the other, drinking that Nas. And I mean, every time I drink it, it's like, it's punching me, it's slapping me, right? I'm getting that counterpunch, right? And I got to Fort Smith, which is pretty far up, okay? It's for Fayetteville. You guys know where that is. Maybe you don't, whatever. But it's North Arkansas. I got another one, right? So I was like, if that works, I can just drive on in. Okay. 8 hour, 2, 3 hours later, I was like a zombie. I was driving and and then by that time my dad woke up and then he kind of took over. I'm like, dude, I can't do anymore. So I pull over and he gets in, he starts driving. He's driving. And I kind of passed out for a little bit. We end up getting to my aunt's house because that's where we were staying, I think. No, we weren't. We went there first to check in with everybody. And my uncle was there, and he was like, "Hey, you want to get some McDonald's?" I'm like, "Cool." So I went with him. So I'm standing in line, and like I'm still like, kind of hopped up on this stuff, and I just feel like these pinches. I thought it was a bee that stung me behind my leg. So I looked down and like, oh shit. And I didn't see anything. Then I felt another pinch, then another sting, another pinch, and another sting, and another pinch, and another sting. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I had an allergic reaction to the Nas, that Red Bull like shit. So saying all that to say this, I ended up going to a quick care and they were like, look, you can't take this. Because they check, well, why is your pulse so high? What have you been? Are you on something? Like, no. Well, I've been drinking some Nas. Like, listen, you can't overpower yourself with caffeines like that. Those type of energy drinks has other shit in it, guarana extract and stuff like that. That will hop your heart up and cause your heart to flutter, okay, and all that stuff. You don't need any of that. So you might have a point on that. He had a history of cancer too. Okay, not good with Red Bulls. See, I didn't know that. Uh, there's nothing on his Instagram. Okay, well, if it's his Instagram, you wouldn't. That's the thing. It's like Instagram is like Facebook. I don't think he had any admins. I think he did all that shit in house. He's like me. I don't have any admins. I used to have a guy working for me, but he no longer works for me. So I do everything myself. 4 ounces. Jim Brown. Red Bull makes your pecker shrink. It's a good thing I don't drink Red Bull. Bro looked older than he was. That's what the good life does to you. KM Manny C. Oh, yeah, that was facetious. But because he has yeah, that's one of his, good life. Kevin needed rest too. He had 2 jobs basically. That's why he his streams were at night and travel and interviews. I can only imagine the stress. Yeah, especially keeping up, keeping up with all that. What, Kurt? No way. I've been watching his videos like crazy. I had no idea it could be true. Strangingness. Yeah. I mean, dude, he had over 1 million subscribers. So, yeah, this is his legacy. If he's passed, which, I mean, you look at the source, you look at today, you look at, like TMZ, you look at all these particular ones, and they are saying the same thing. Now, however, you do know, I know Sinbad died once upon a time. Remember Sinbad? He died. But no. Kevin wanted success really bad and achieved it, but it comes with a cost like health and sleep, and most importantly, stress. That what kills. Matthew Branch, you are so right. And to think as teens, we mixed Red Bulls and Grey Goose. Stupid, thank God. Alfred Young, you are not kidding. You know, Reggie, Gypsy King. Reason why I don't drink is I feel all dehydrated and my skin feels like all dry and I have a bunch of joint aches when I'm hungover. Well, strangeness, I think, man, you should get some turmeric. Big pumpkin, Kurt. What's good, man? What's up, brother? Counterpunch to you. Nice, you follow Kevin's channel. Yeah, I did. I did. I think I first seen him maybe last year. I mean, I wasn't watching him long, so maybe over a year. And it was like I said, it was an earlier one where he called a girl trash. I'm like, what the hell? Why would he do that? Because the girl, she wanted an engagement ring and she didn't want to give it back, but she didn't want to marry the guy. And he was like, well, you didn't want to give the engagement ring back, even though you said you were going to marry him, and then you didn't. And she was like, yeah, I did. She's like, you're trash. You're done. Really hope this is not true. The Grimlock. I hope so. I hope it's not. What's up, Kurt? I know Red Bull years ago. I had that accident when I was younger. Too much caffeine that day in gym class, not sleep. So you are right. Success does come with a price. It does. I mean, you have to. People have to understand. You must rest. Now, there's such thing as getting too much rest, and then that's a whole different issue. But that has nothing to do with not enough rest. Tuning in from South Africa, just found out from Twitter. Please tell me this is fake news, brother. Ice cold. I wish I could tell you that, but I don't think it is. I think that he is actually passed. Kurt, health is simple. Drink water, eat a decent diet with decent sleep can work wonders. We need to get back to the basics, people. Matthew Branch, great counterpunch. Let's hit that like button for Kevin Samuels. You know, remember those 40-ounce concentrated energy drinks at the truck stops that started all this? I don't. Good afternoon, Kurt. Lovely to catch you live. I hope I haven't missed much. No, I only been on 18 minutes. Nikki Blue Eyes Austin. Counterpunch to you. I'd rather be poor with an AJ body. Hey, let me tell you something. Strangeness. I remember, because I'm not in, I'm actually losing weight because I've been heading to the gym and, just a little bit of stress, but I'm good. I remember like in 2013 was probably the worst year of my life, right? My mother passed away. Uh, I was putting on child support. I was broke. Nobody was calling for any show, any film. There wasn't a such thing as Counterpunch Boxing News at that time. Um, and everything was bad. But one thing I did have, I had a dynamic body. I did 400 rocking chair sit-ups every day. You know why I did that? Is because I found out Floyd, Money Mayweather did when he trained. So I was like, what? If Floyd can do it, damn it, I can too. So it was 400 rocking chair sit-ups a day, 400 jumping jacks, 100 push-ups, 50 squats, 20 burpees. And I did those every day. And then I went from doing them Monday through Friday to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And then the Tuesday and Thursday and Saturday, I would have class. So I would spar. I would go to the gym 3 times a week. On top of doing that, when I get up, I would eat 2 boiled eggs, oatmeal, preferably strawberry. I love that strawberry shit. chopped half of an apple, but in half of a banana, uh, piece of chicken with rice. One meal. I would eat like 4 meals a day, and I would eat every 2 hours. I had a body out of this world. I was broke. I bet you had a lot of mental energy too. Strangeness. I had to, because I really wasn't drinking a lot then. I was mostly because I didn't have time. Because then I had to work because I worked 6 days a week, delivering pizzas and shit like that I had to do, and I had another job doing this pretty much the same shit. So I didn't have time for that. And then the rest of the time I would train. I'd get home 3 in the morning from the gym, pass out, wake up about 9, 8, 9, start the training, start everything all over again. So, but here's the thing. I was healthy and I knew I was healthy, so it was crazy. Rhaegar, what's up, Kurt? Love the vids and cheers from Estonia. Rhaegar, cheers to you, brother. Physical and mental rest are essential. Looking at documentaries, most of the old music artists, they die young. Yeah. Bodybuilders too, man. Too much of anything could kill you. You know? Kurt, some people are glad he is dead. It's sickening just because he tells the truth. Now we have all those people saying they like him and rest in peace. Kurt, I don't like hypocrites. Matthew, I don't either. But you are right. There's a lot of people that are glad that he is gone. Kurt, I see in your videos that you hate Tyson Fury. Why, man? You know that Fury is the best in heavyweight division, and he is one of the best in history of boxing, maybe the best of all time. Reggie, I do not hate Tyson Fury. Who said I hated Tyson Fury? Because there's only one Tyson Fury. However, do I know he's the best? No. Is he one of the best? Sure. Okay. But you got it wrong. No. He has to fight the other guys. Beating Dillian White don't make you the best, bro. And I know people were saying that since he beat Wilder, but who did Wilder beat? Ortiz? Does Ortiz get any credit for anybody besides Charles Martin? Brian Jennings? No. And he's old. Okay? Jim Brown, Counterpunch. AJ versus Usyk predictions. Oh, man. It's to be continued. I haven't decided on that yet. I have to see what the condition of both fighters are at this particular point of time. But hey, I'm right there with losing weight. Just got off the bag for 1 hour throwing combos. Damn, that's nice. Throwing combos for an hour? I ain't gonna do that. The Bristolian Macam. Try stay away from weight training if your joints can't take some movements. Yeah, I mean, people need to understand that too. Kurt, have you noticed all the stars do horrible like Michael and others worldwide stars? I truly think that trying to keep an image will make you self-destruct. Yeah. Kurt, we need predictions for Canelo. Been waiting. Brandon, you got it. It's coming today. Matter of fact, I got to drop another video. It's crazy. Matter of fact, I'll wait till after, because I mean, I don't think that's counterproductive to drop one right now. Then everyone wants to look at that and they jump off, then they jump back on, then they jump off. Nah. Hi guys, hope I haven't missed a lot. Coos Magic. No, you haven't missed a lot. I get the point where I just throw with like 40% power. Didn't get it twisted. I'm no Usyk. Okay. I don't just do it non-stop. Okay. Kurt, my brother, how you doing? Arizism, counterpunch to you. Greetings from Canada, Sean McQuinn. Counterpunch to you. Kurt, sorry for the short visit. Got to go back to work. Nikki Blue Eyes, thank you for dropping in, baby. Counterpunch to you. Drop on anytime. Oh, by the way, I will be live for Bivol and Canelo tomorrow, so stay tuned for that. That'll be tomorrow, wherever I'm at. Kurt, I just inherited a good amount of change, and I would never try to be something I'm not or run myself into the ground. Health is wealth, Kurt. Matthew Branch, drop a super chat to represent the blessing that you have received. Counterpunch. J Babe, Fury faking retiring. I think so. I think so. Um, David Hay, always wrong, man. He hate Fury too much. What you think about this, Kurt? I think he should have fought him, Reggie. I think he should have fought him when he had the opportunity, and he didn't. For whatever reason, that fight fell through. So glad to see your clean living, Kurt. Andrew Towle, one day at a time, man. I feel good. I feel great. Um, I went for a jog this morning. Down like 10 pounds. So it's good. Glad to come on, hit them likes, guys and girls. Let's hit that like button. All 87 of you peoples in the place, hit that like button. He got a week to decide on the WBC belt. That is true. Fury far best of this era. Any talk of best ever, just dumb. Counterpunch Steven. Hey, Kurt, you think Wilder trying to wait out Fury? I don't know what Wilder's trying to do. I want to know if he took ayahuasca yet. Matthew Branch coming in with that super chat of $4.99. Always fine. Gonna party like it's 1999. Appreciate you, Matthew. Do you think Wilder will return to the ring? I don't know. I just don't know. Looking well, man. Respect. Andrew, appreciate you, man. Thank you. KS, clearly perhaps Kevin Samuels didn't take his health seriously. I would have expected him, with all that money he has, he would check himself out medically. What a way to go. Very sad. Kuz Magic. I honestly think people don't know what condition they're in, but I also think people don't pay attention to their body. I got to keep it a buck. I think people, they get driven by the idea of being driven by success, because especially if them being driven by success and they're seeing results of their success, I think that gives them that dopamine that makes or suspends what their body's telling them. So maybe he had some kind of, arm pain and didn't really know what it came from. I don't matter. I'm going to keep working. Because whatever I'm doing, it's constantly working. I'm helping people. I'm reaching out to people. I'm engaging with millions of people, a month. Like monthly, millions, not just 1 million or 1.5 million like me. No, millions, right? And I think what happens, people don't. Like, I'm a hypochondriac. I'm going to be, look, if something's wrong, let's say I have a side pain. I'm going to the quick care right now. I'm not even going to, that's when I'm going. I'm not going to wait. I'm not going to see, well, what if it happens again? You know what I mean? Obviously, it has to happen to a certain point, like kind of intermittent, but, I go. I don't give a shit how much it is. Bill me. You know what I mean? So if you don't take my insurance, bill me. But yeah. Kuz Magic, you are so right. I mean, certain people don't really pay attention to where they're at. And your health is your true wealth. Besides having children, that is what, and you don't have children or your children are grown, what do you have? You have your temple. Okay? That's why boxers, back to boxing, it's the saddest thing you ever want to see someone like Riddick Bowe, like damn near 400 pounds. That's sad. Why? Because you had someone once upon a time that knows how to train, that knows the muscle memory, the formations, okay, the exercises, everything to stay in shape. And then when they get out of the sport, it's like they drop it all. You don't drop it all. It's like being in the military. I know people from the military. My father was in the military, and I seen him for years train like he's in the military. You know what I mean? So I think it's something that should stay with you, that you can bring with you, not just, hey, let me train to beat somebody's ass. No, I think you should train to stay in shape. use what you need to use that benefited you from what you used to do, and use it to and for your present life. And again, I didn't really see the guy look out of shape, but look, let's look at it like this. Bill Paxton died, heart attack. Luke Perry died, heart attack. All these guys were what? Slender guys. They weren't big, they weren't obese. So you just have to know where you're at. You have to know what condition your heart's in. You have to know. If you can't breathe, and you have problems breathing, those are all signs. Shortness of breath, tiredness, pains in both arms, things like that. You know, isn't that guy who beat Lopez fighting soon, Kurt? Oh, okay. You talking about Gambosos? Yeah, he's fighting Devin Haney. Question: if Fury gives up the WBC belt, then AJ beats Usyk. Does AJ Fury or go for the undisputed? No. See, if Tyson Fury retires, he will be exactly where he was in 2017. Joshua knocked out Klitschko and then called out Tyson Fury, but Tyson Fury was retired from the sport. So if AJ does an impressive thing by stopping Usyk, which no one has ever beat Usyk, if he calls out Tyson Fury, he will still be in the same position. That's how that works. Fury not going to retire. I went to MMA for a bit. Crazy thing was boxing footwork and head movement was actually getting me places. I was just too out of shape to keep it up. Well, you can get in shape, man. Stay in shape. To throw a kick, bro. To throw a kick constantly, that takes energy. You think throwing a punch takes your energy when you're tired? Try throwing a kick. Throw a roundhouse. Throw a crescent kick, better yet. Throw a spin hook kick. Throw a back snap. It'll take a lot out of you. Trust me. Kevin Samuels had the C-19 shot. Oh, God. No ways Kevin Samuel died. Traps underscore. I hope that's not the case, but, went on an unscheduled run this morning, called the missus old, and it was a great sprint. Jim, you tripping, man. The vaccine is a load of BS, so that makes sense. Just like in boxing, being too tough can get you hurt. Good point, even though it was in different words. Yeah. Stone Cold would not have neck surgery because he was on such a hot streak. Yeah, I remember that. I do actually remember that. He was just, and when he did, he was like, I just can't drink a beer. I just can't drink a beer like I want to. I like to take that damn beer, just slam it down like that there. That's what I like to do. Then hell, I can't do that, so it brings me discomfort. Emmanuel Stewart told that Fury will be the best heavyweight. He did. He did do that. He did say that. He did predict that. I remember that. Please give us some more detailed view on Bivol Canelo. Do you really believe Dimitri can beat him? Truly interested to hear what you think. Daniel Pines. Anything's possible in the sport of boxing, but here's the thing. Gilberto Mendoza, I think has an agenda. I think there's no way that Bivol will win a decision. He has to knock Canelo out. I don't think he'll win a decision against Canelo. I just don't think. Now I'll say that. Some guys can't get motivated to train when they're not fighting someone. That's true. Lynch Lewis is always present in Fury fights. Kurt, why do people think being skinny means your health is all about what you put in your body? You are what you eat. That is true. And actually, no, I mean, skinny doesn't. I just think people that think they stay skinny is healthy by default. And you're right. That's just not true. Politics is why all the rankings are the way they are. Bivol can beat him, but is he dog enough? Question: what are the chances Bud gets Spence Charlo? I don't know. But I can tell you this about that. You guys remember when just the news broke that Errol Spence, they offered Canelo $55 million to fight Errol Spence? You guys remember that? But a lot of people are like, oh, he turned that down. He turned that down. And, they offered him the Jamal Charlo fight. Then they offered him the Errol Spence fight or whatever. And then, here's the thing. If they offered Canelo that amount of money, which I don't doubt, what fight weren't they interested in? The Terrence Crawford fight. See, that just shows you they had no interest in making Terrence Crawford. They were ducking Terrence Crawford, and they were saving Errol Spence for Canelo Alvarez. I heard that's a slide duck. Yep. I was so I was close to turning pro, but I saw Holyfield documentary, and I saw how punch drunk he is. Immediately retired. I just didn't think it was worth it. I don't value money over my health. Matthew Branch, you made a good choice. Because there's a lot of people I see that's punch drunk. And you know something sad? A lot of them not even famous. So look at it this way. Fake news. Nobody was ducking Crawford. Okay, cool. Lee Foster. Kurt just got back from my dad's funeral. He died from a heart attack at 72. Lee Foster, man, I'm sorry to hear that, man. You know something, Lee Foster? Let me share something with you, right? Your father was 72 when he passed. That's exactly the age my mother was, 72. She was almost 73, but she was 72, man. So I do understand how you feel. She died of cardiac arrest. So not a heart attack exactly. Her heart just stopped. So, but she was 72. So again, my heart goes out to you, man. I do understand Lee Foster. Sorry to hear that, mate. Lee Foster, my condolences. I know that's you know, but it just shows you this Kevin Samuels thing. Ambitious, smart, educated, opinionated, and died of fucking cardiac arrest. It's sad, man. It just lets you know that the next day ain't promised. But what we can do as individuals, regardless of what we do in this life, we can take care of our health. Decisions. Please explain your version of ducking. Ducking is when you don't want to fight a particular person. That's ducking. Okay, I'm gonna give you an example. Canelo Alvarez ducked Triple G before he actually fought him. You guys do know that, right? He dumped the fucking WBC belt in the trash, right? He dumped it in the trash. Gennady received it. The only belt he didn't have was the IBF, which he refused to fight Sergey Kovalev, chasing Canelo for the second fight, which was dumb. He should have fought Sergey Deverenchenko, and got that belt, right? And then fought Canelo for all the belts. Okay, so it's crazy. But yes, Canelo ducked Triple G. First he said, I'm not a middleweight, but you're not a super welterweight either. You had your own weight class. Then he goes and fights Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. at 164.5, past 160, but you're not a middleweight. Then he fights Golovkin, which a lot of people think Golovkin beat him. Then he tests positive for Glenbuterol. Then he waits a whole entire calendar year to fight Golovkin again, and he won that decision. So no, I don't think ducking to me. The fight will not get any bigger, and there's no bigger money fight for Spence. Duck. Well, I think Spence is worried more about the money. And I don't, and in him fighting Canelo, I just see Canelo based on the amount of punches that Errol Spence throws. I just see him getting countered and hurt and knocked out. Errol Spence throws a lot of punches, bro. He throws a lot of punches, and then the punches that he throws, and they're dedicated punches. Okay, one moment. Okay, guys, I am back. Let's see. Thanks, Kurt, for the kind words. Man, I mean, you welcome. You welcome. Um, Least I could do. The fight will not get any bigger. Okay, we got that. Smart guy, brilliant guy, stood up for black men. In general, sorry to see him go. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. It wasn't just black men he stood up for. He just gave you a perspective of what a certain type of people, which was black people, should have been doing. And in this case, women that thought their shit didn't stink and they die alone. And he was trying to encourage them, like, look, average is good. You're average, so get an average guy. There's nothing wrong with that. Maybe the way he conveyed it wasn't. So a lot of people took offense because a lot of women, you can't just say anything or any kind of way to a particular person. You have to say it in a way that it sounds, uh, it's sheltered. You have to sugarcoat it. You can't say it in a way that he said. That's where the controversy came in. If he was this normal guy that was like, "Oh, you're good, babe. Don't worry about it, ma'am. You're so beautiful," to everybody, even if he believed that or not, he would not be Kevin Samuels. Counterpunch. Triple G beat him in the first time, but Canelo definitely beat him in the second time. I feel people don't like Canelo, so they say he didn't. Well, I don't know. I mean, I think Canelo has such star power on the sport, and I don't think he beat people as dominant as Floyd. But I will say this about Floyd. I don't think Floyd had that type of competition either. I don't think Floyd fought guys like Canelo fought people. Like Canelo fought Triple G. Yes, he waited a while. He did. So he waited a while. He waited too long to fight Triple G, in my opinion. I've never seen Spence duck anyone. Bud versus Spence happens this year. No duck on either part. PGH, BIG, PGH, Big Dog. One moment, guys. Okay, I'm back, guys. Let's see. Really sad. I couldn't believe it was real. OT Sam. No, me neither. The rap vault. Canelo wins tomorrow. Well, I hope for a stoppage. Caleb Plant, 11th round. Callum Smith broke his arm. Who else did he fight? Billy Joe. You know, he had to go. Bars. Canelo beats again. Gennady Golovkin. I think Gennady Golovkin is too old for Canelo. Damn, I hope the brakes don't sound like that. I got $100 on Bivol. Hey, man, you might. I hope you make some money because it could be an upset. That's the thing about boxing, right? Boxing is a sport that I love that I hate so much because sometimes you get bullshitted, but then sometimes you get treated. You get treated in a way that you're like, wow, I did not see that coming. I'm on the draw. Well, that would be the third draw for Canelo Alvarez. You know that, right? I can't remember the first draw, but he received one. I know the second one came from Gennady Golovkin, and so if he does get another draw, that would be his third draw. You know what that would look like? That would look like a suspect record. 3 draws? Come on, man. Because, see, and I think the draws would be because of the star power. See, they didn't want to give Canelo another loss because another loss would make the record look tainted. You know, like that Lara fight was bullshit. The Golovkin 1 fight was bullshit. The second fight actually should have been a draw. You know, let's be honest. Those dudes beat the shit out of each other. Okay? That wasn't the fact that it was just like, oh, draw is plus 1,800? Jesus. Damn, I need to put like $100 on that then. If I was a gambling dude. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a gambling dude. I haven't gambled since I was like 19. Well, I mean in professional fighting. You know? Says his mother says. So I don't mean he's reportedly passed away. I think Canelo wins the next 2 fights, but no one is beating Better Beef, a real beast. Fury giving up belt. Wilder versus Butterbean. I got $100 on Butterbean. Rest in peace, Kevin Samuels. The dude is a red pill legend. Yeah, red pill legend. You know, he drank a lot of those Red Bulls and stuff like that. It's sad though, man. He had a lot of grays, but that doesn't really convey that you're old. You know, more seasoned. You know what I mean? Like, I may have like 1 or 2 gray hairs, but I'm nowhere in my near my 50s. But you know, it's crazy. I don't know. I mean, you know, I don't know what happened. It's just strange, though. It's strange how, you know, people you don't know the condition they're in. You know, and I will imagine a person like that, though, would get up every day and at least get on the treadmill for like 30, 40 minutes. You know what I mean? Just to start the day. 2 egg whites, multivitamins, cod liver oil, flaxseed, you know, shit like that. Like, you know, like no gym, just, you know, it's crazy. The most successful fighters are the smartest fighters. As a fan of both MMA and boxing, I'm really disgruntled by Ngannou and Fury trying to get it on with both of them still having a really big interesting fights on there. Well, that's all about money. And you know why they did that? Because of money. Mayweather showed people if you take one person from this sport and you take another person that's popular from that sport and you smash them together, you can have a shitload of money. And people have been trying to duplicate that Floyd Money Mayweather blueprint ever since. They've been trying to make that happen. So Tyson Fury has in his mind, like, I'm going to make a shitload of money really to do nothing. And that's sad. Because at least Floyd was 38, bro. Like, people, you know, you hear me talk shit about Floyd, but Floyd Mayweather was 38 years old. Okay? He didn't take 3 fucking years off. You know what I mean? Look at his record. Okay, he had 50 fucking fights. 49 fights, 49-0. Right? Tyson's what, 31 wins? Some shit like that? That speaks for itself. Are you going to take over for Kevin Samuels in relationship talk to women? I could, but I don't think that I'm qualified due to my infidelities. You know what I mean? Reinhard, I mean, I've had many relationships and stuff like that, but I wouldn't do it on this platform. I would do it on another. Um, but I think that that comes with a price, though. You know what I mean. Like I'm already known in a certain aspect. So to start another platform, and let's say that shit blows up, it's like I don't know. I don't know if I'd have the time, or I don't know if I could really deal with all the shit that comes with it. Sonic Juan, rest in peace. Exactly. Kevin, how could White block the uppercut? Well, I mean, he had to. Well, I don't know. Get out of the way. It only worked because it was Floyd and Connor, and both guys had nothing interesting going on. Then they can make the fight. My wish list: Fury versus Usyk, AJ Ngannou versus Jones, John Jones. Kurt, once you get 250 subs, you need to fight John in an exhibition fight. Probably so. I don't know. Stay with boxing. We need true tellers. No, I'm not. No, I'm not giving up boxing, dude. I don't give a shit. I mean, I like listening to that type of stuff, but that's down. That's like my downtime stuff. I hardly mention Kevin Samuels and things like that, but I listen to him. I support him. So it is a shock. It's a shock to see like a guy 56. I thought he was a little younger than that, but I thought he was like 53 or something like that. Because I could have sworn he just said he was 52, and they're saying he's 56. So I don't know. So I don't know. I mean, but it's crazy. I'm not a conspiracist to that degree, but a lot of people get that type of notoriety, especially YouTube is, and you like when you become big like that on YouTube, you have that platform is so huge, you have constant traffic of people, good, bad, neutral. People love you, people tolerate you, people hate you, people want to kill you. You know, so it's crazy. It is absolutely crazy. Fury is six. Fury is 6'9", and how he moves is amazing. That's true. Absolutely. Hazel Kendrick. What up, Kurt? What's going on? But I was actually thinking about making a channel for like relationships and stuff. Because I do have a Kurt DeVille channel, which I have a lot of like commercials and reels and stuff like that on. And I could dab in it, but my bread and butter is boxing because it's the sport that I love that I hate so much. There you go. But no, it is sad that he has passed because you hear a lot about people that talk about other people, but you don't really hear about them in their everyday life. Laugh my balls off if Ortiz knocks out Ruiz. Strange in this. I would too. And I would be like, you know what? Fuck you, Ruiz. You know why? Because Ruiz spent so much time ducking Luis Ortiz. He did it in 2020. He did it in 2021. And he gets knocked out in 2022. Is it true that you're an actor? Yep. Reggie, just Google me. That's all you have to do. So I mean, but look, health is the true wealth, people. I hate what happened to Kevin Samuels. I hope this is a hoax. I hope he pops up and say, "Gotcha, bitch," and I'm back. But I mean, we've heard too many reports that he has died. So I guess the more reports you see, you would imagine him being around longer than that. Much longer than what he was because with that type of platform, that's no different from an evangelist or a public speaker or a public, yeah, a public speaker that has seminars and stuff like that, and it is admired all around the world. Um, You'd think they would have a lot more time to share what they have. You know what I mean? To offer what they had to share, basically. And then that's the sad part. Because I didn't know of them until like last year sometime. I think there's a good chance Ortiz will. He might knock out. He might knock him out. I think Ortiz is a lot better than what's him called it, um, Chris Arreola. I think Uncle C is on relationships would take off, dude. It actually lives right over there. Uncle C stays over right across the road. He stays with his son. Are you still on Walking Dead or Fear of the Walking Dead? I'd love to see you get a role on the show. No, that's over. I did stunts on that show. So, a lot of stunts, a lot of rigging on that show. I stayed on that show a very long time. That show is the reason I moved to Austin. So, along with a lot of other people, a lot of actors. Lenny James moved there. Nick Stahl moved there, which I will be doing a film with him. I don't know when, but it hasn't been greenlit. But I did audition and I got it, and it's cool. So a lot of people moved to Austin. So Austin, a lot of people from California are moving to Austin. So they're coming in droves, buying up every piece of land they possibly can, and they're moving down there. If you could see two fights on the boxing channels, who would you pick? Um, Me and Ego. I like to box Ego. Uh, I would like to see Bruce Vane fight Fred from Barbershop Conversations. Uh, I would like to see IOTBA fight 78 Sports TV. uh, I would like to see Ring IQ from Ring IQ Boxing Talk fight Aki. And the reason I'm matching them up like that because of the weights, because it wouldn't be fair me fighting Aki because I'm a much bigger guy. He's a smaller little cat. But Jules is small like him. They're two small dudes. They're not big. So I think they're in the same weight class. Because I see them fight. It'd be a good fight. Me and Boxing Ego, about the same height. I don't know about size. I know he's tall. So I'm tall. So I think that'll work. 78 and ILTBA. Kind of chunky guys. You know what I mean? Medium heavyweights. Right? 5'9". No. Because I actually met ILTBA. Because he came to, I met him in Dallas because he's from Dallas. And I did an interview with him. Interviewed me. And him and 78, I think, would knuckle up pretty good. Uh, and Bruce Vane and Fred from Barbershop Conversations. Showbiz. No. Showbiz and Blue Balls. No. Showbiz and Blue Blood, Sports TV, they're friends. So, Showbiz gets along with everybody. Right? So it's not, I don't have any beef anymore. I don't. I did. It's people I don't care for, but I don't have any beef. And I let all that shit go because, like, you don't need unwanted haters. Especially when someone, if they can choose to do something, and that's what I learned. People hate what you do, and then they will use any excuse to try to stop you from being you. You know, or you fight Blue Blood Sports TV. I have nothing against Blue Blood Sports TV. Nothing against him. And I think I'm just bigger than him overall. So I don't think that would be fair. But me and Ego could definitely knuckle up because he's my same height. Ego versus Hatman. For what I know about Hatman, Hatman's older, but I think a Hatman would knock you the fuck out because he's a big guy. He's a big black British cat that used to box. He used to be a bouncer. Have you heard his podcast? 'Cause I heard his Confessions of a nightclub bouncer. So yeah, I don't think he would fuck around. I think he would knock your block off. I mean, if you fucked with him. I mean, seriously. Hat Man, Yeah, I just, I don't think he would want to mess with him in the streets because I think, he's from Brixton. Grew up around there. And the thing about Hat Man though, if you guys need to really check out that it's on what's that called? I don't have it, but Patreon. If you check out his Patreon and you heard his stories about like the shit he got into, and he doesn't really like the perfect. I don't give a shit. So I drop f bombs here and there. I gotta be I'm trying to get better at that. But with him, with that Patreon, he's like, I didn't give a fuck. I just beat somebody's ass. I'm like, Hat Man? Really? you know. Kurt, your favorite boxer all time? Who you got? Joe Louis. These LDBC channels are a joke. They hate every white boxer that exists. I think I don't think they hate them. I think they feel that they don't need to promote white fighters as much because they don't think black fighters get promoted as much. So I think their niche is black fighters. Here's the bad part though. The people that they do promote are some of the times the people that duck the most. And then they have to end up, because they are black fighters, taking up for damage control because of the guys that are. So, Kurt, okay, he sounds like a swell guy as well. You have seen Ricky Hatton. He's lost a lot of weight. That's good. That's good, Lee Foster. I've seen him, and I know he's making a comeback against Marco Antonio Barrera. Those guys should hang it up, bro. You got to give Kurt his respect. He's the best sporting analyst. Kurt puts in a lot of hard work on these videos and always consistent. The UK supports you. Hazel Kendrick, thank you. Thank you very much for that. And have neck tattoos. No, they are just racist. Kurt, you fuck with Coach Malachi. Coach Malachi, he's cool. He's cool. I mean, I don't catch a lot of his shows, but I mean, sometimes I'll drop in and say what's up. I mean, I don't have anything against a lot of them, because they're just content creators. A lot of people have their own sense of knowledge, their own ideas. And I think based on that hard work and dedication, I think that is what reflects their popularity and their subscribers and the people that view them. But no, Coach Malachi, no. I mean, he's cool. He used to run with Lady Shan. I think they still do. I think they get along pretty good. Kurt, watching the Lee Wood versus Mick Conlan fight was too funny. Yeah, it was. Hatton's not even that old, so it might be good. Yeah, he's only 43, ain't he? He looks like he's 53, though. But the question you ask yourself is, what type of shape is he in? Is he really 43, or is he actually 57? Oh, man, Hatton making a comeback. Yep. Come on, bro. They are racist. If there were white boxing community doing that, I would say the same thing. I have equal standards for everyone. You know how that works. That's perception. That's society. If they had a channel called Wet, okay, white entertainment television, what do you think would happen? Nothing good. Right? Nothing good would happen from that. So, of course, no. It would just get shut down. Yeah, it would get shut down. You're absolutely right. Santa Cruz won't fight Wood. Well, Santa Cruz fights who he wants to, but we also understand Santa Cruz got knocked out. But guys, rest in peace to Kevin Samuels. I just wanted to drop in live for a few. This is unbelievable news. I hate to report this type of news, but Kevin Samuels will be missed. I hope it is a hoax. I got Charlo all the time, Dick Justice. But yeah, you guys leave a comment below. Thank you guys for dropping in. Thank you for the love, the support. And then always, you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.